I've done a little bit of running around. I got to experience the flesh raptors appearing in the car with me as I was driving through town. That was fun. Okay, what do we got? Wonder. Thoughts on zombie pheromone? It's okay, I guess. I don't use it. I think I've used it once in the last year. It got changed from its previous version. It was way overpowered originally, and the newer version I've hardly ever used. Let's grinding out some levels. I want to settle my knowledge needs regarding getting survivor gear. So we're going to finish getting tailoring and fab up to 6. So I know exactly what I'm looking at for what proficiencies I need to acquire, so it doesn't take me a month to make a pair of survivor gloves. Yeah, it was more fun back when it turned the zombies nearby friendly instead of having a even lower chance of turning them neutral. Having them turn friendly was hilarious. Just get a big old group of about 50 zombies around you, you pop it off, and the zombies immediately around you turn friendly and start killing all the other zombies, so you just kind of stand there in the middle of the crowd, and every 10 seconds or so you would just pop off another dose, and it was hilarious. You grow extra arms and legs with spider serum. So the Spider Mutation line's gonna be weird. It's got, let's see, fleet-footed, poison resistance are the trait legs. Normal is full night vision, infrared vision, lightly furred, chitinous skin, chitinous plate, hairy chitin, furred chitin, venomous, mandibles, web walker, very dexterous, light sensitive, my favorite, carnivore. Oh, gotta love carnivore. And heat dependent. Then you go to the post-threshold. You gotta go to post-threshold to get to the fun stuff. You get insect limbs, arachnid arms. 2 of those are bad. You have to get to the final one to get to the good. You get some pretty heavy negatives for the intermediate ones. Web weaver, web spinner, sapiovore, predator, strongly venomous, and so on. So, yes, you get additional limbs, and it prevents you from doing things like wearing torso gear. So putting together survivor gear is going to be a fairly short-lived thing once I get to producing serums and such. So... Tailoring 6! Yay, Tailoring 6! Let's go for 1 pudding, 2 beans, all that good. And 7 a.m. We're going to be getting tired again sometime soon. I believe we're out on my MP3 player. Alright, Fab 5 for the same amount of time. Yep. Depends on just how long it's going to take me to get post-threshold. That could take me a very, very long time. So survivability between now and then is going to greatly increase if I get some kind of armor or gear on. Just because I can't wear the torso piece doesn't mean I can't wear the gloves, the boots, and the helmet, and things like that, so... Too dark to read. Oh no, we burnt out a candle! Oh, let's have some happy-making food. Wheat cereal, sugary cereal, toast them. Yeah, we got, it's not 40, it's like, I think it's mid-50s. With only 6 strength and fragile or frail or whatever, flimsy, whatever we took. The hit points are pretty low, somewhere in the 50s. And we're not super stupid dodgy like the hunting zombies build, so... Fab 4. 2 o'clock, still not tired. Fire stations, not really. The short fire trucks that you just find on the streets, where it's got clean turnout gear and six compartments, is the best place. Fire stations, you're either killing the fire station zombies, which is going to be filthy, and the amount of clean ones you get from the lockers is pretty few, pretty sparse, depending on what your world settings are, of course, somewhat. That is not correct. It's not good to base your build on dodging because you can only dodge once per combat round. Is that correct? No, it is absolutely not correct. You can dodge 1,000,000 times a round. So if you watch my hunting zombies series, the zombie hunting challenge, the winner of the challenge got 6,000 kills in 24 hours on a dodge build. There was a whole big hoo-ha, and I've brought it to the attention of folks, and basically the dodge system is broken at the high levels. In character building, if you can push your dodge, your effective dodge, not your actual dodge, but if you can push your effective dodge up into the teens, then you can dodge a ridiculous number of attacks. As an example, during the testing, when I was trying to stress test that whole dodge process to point out how silly it is, I set up a situation where I successfully dodged 8 predators 13 times in 1 round. 1 second, I dodged 13 times successfully. So, that's just wrong. And at 0 stamina cost. 0 stamina burn. 13 dodges in 1 second. That was the highest I achieved in some quick and dirty testing that I did. I didn't do that particular test live on stream. I did kill 8 predators without getting touched on stream using that build, but now for the test I'm talking about with the 13 dodges, I set up a world with whatever the max zombie speed is possible, and that way they got an insane number of attacks every round. And then I surrounded myself by 8 predators and just tapped the tab key or tapped the 5 key and watched the readouts, and I had one occasion where I dodged 13 times successfully in a single round without burning a single point of stamina. So the way it works is you get 1 dodge per round for free. Everybody gets that. Then a lot of martial arts will give you a second or even a third free dodge per round. So that gives you at least 2, possibly 3, depending on what martial art you're using. Then on top of that, you have to exceed those numbers. You can still keep dodging, but what happens is you get an escalating penalty for each dodge after your free ones are gone. The problem is that the penalty is not high enough or not big enough to offset once you've gotten above a certain level of dodge. So if you can push your dodge up to like 14 or 15, the effective dodge, you can only possibly get hit in a single round maybe 3 or 4 times generally. Even if you got 8 zombies surrounding you, they're not all going to attack in the same round. And some of them are going to have other effects going on. So figure at the most you might take 5 swings in a round generally. And especially if you're actually, you know, playing the game and you're purposely not getting yourself surrounded, then you just set up in a doorway or a hallway so only 1 or 2 zombies can swing at you, and you always have this stupid high dodge. And like I said, you can dodge 4 or 5 times and still have an effective dodge of 10 or 12 points. So it's just kind of crazy. They need to institute some kind of a system where dodging does take stamina, but one of the responses that I heard from the devs is that there is an issue apparently with some other side case issue with dodges taking stamina that causes some kind of a problem. This harks back to the Zooey Quan days when we had the exact same problem going on, where we had death spirals that would occur when certain factors were involved and such. So, but in the current system, dodge is just super OP broken, even from minute 1 in character gen if you put any kind of focus on it. So you can trivialize the entire combat system. What was I doing before I got sidetracked? I need to go get some water real quick. Let's go grab our atomic coffee maker. Go grab a gallon jug. Or do I have the jerry can here? Nope. Or where the jerry can went. In the vehicle, isn't it? In the vehicle. Yeah, let's just go get the jerk. I'm a coffee maker by moonlight next to a puddle. Seems kind of weird. Yeah, so if you pair that kind of dodge with any of the martial arts that have like counters and grab breaks and things like that, then you can just ditch out ridiculous damage while dodging everything that comes at you. Forget how much this thing will hold. We'll do 1. Nope. Let's be it. Good enough. 40's plenty. Easy enough for us to come back and get more. Okay, so water's taken care of again for a while. Uh-oh. Catering 5, Fab 5. Catering 6, Fab 5. Same time frames, yep. No, I didn't, well, I mean, the whole series is uploaded to YouTube, so people can just look at episode 6 of the Zombie Hunter Challenge, where I spend the first hour demonstrating what the winning build was and how it worked, and then explained how the dodge system is broken. I still think if stamina is a problem, then they should at least increase the negative penalty for multi-dodges. Right now it's 2 times the number of dodges you are below your free ones. So it's double. So if you're at 1 dodge below your free ones, it's 2, and then it's -2. So it's double and then -2. I think it should be double and then minus like 4 or -5. That would cut off this craziness of you getting 15 dodges in a single round at numbers that still allow you to be dodging reliably. Yeah, we better stop. I realize we went dead tired. At least do that. That way the normal characters won't really notice anything. But the super high-end, just push dodge as crazy as high as you can, and then slaughter all the zombies builds would be pretty heavily impacted. Let's do that. There's lots of ways it could be addressed. Not really for me to say. I don't code dive, so I don't know the consequences of some of that kind of stuff, or the secondary effects that might be occurring that cause a problem fully unrelated, but in some other use case, and so on. So I'll let the code people figure that stuff out. But some kind of an adjustment needs to be made, I think. It's just ridiculous to have a point system. We've got freeform, build whatever you want, go crazy, have fun, it's wonderful. Everybody can do anything they want. Then we have single pool, and then we have the most restrictive character building option, multi-pool. I don't feel that in multi-pool, you should have the ability to build something that decimates zombies to the extent that that dodge currently does. It's just totally broken. I'm not aware of any other things that come even remotely close to the abusedness of that dodge in comparisons. I think it's by far the worst offender in being able to min-max something crazy out of the multi-pool system. I think given the whole reason for a multi-pool system is to put up some kind of boundaries and barriers and restrictions on what you can do, still allow you to make some interesting decisions and do different kinds of builds to get different kinds of benefits, and still layer things in ways, but not have something that is just totally, totally outside the bounds, broken as hell, kill 6,000 zombies in the first 24 hours without taking a single hit kind of thing. So, if you want that kind of character, you can build that kind of character. Click back over to single or freeform and build it. I don't think it should be possible in multi-pool. That is my personal opinion. Agree, don't agree, it's all good. But that's the way I feel about it. All right, let's go sleepy time again. Oops, damn it! I forgot to bandage and disinfect my brain again. What happened to my head? I got smacked around by a dissolute devourer. I was silly in how I approached him, and he smacked me around a couple times. I'm not wearing any gear on my head to protect me, and I've only got like 50 hit points, so even light taps make it look like somebody took a sledgehammer to my forehead. What kind of equipment do you recommend? That one's a hard one to answer. A lot of questions I get, unfortunately, I have to say, well, it depends. That's my number one answer for the questions people ask me about Cataclysm. It's literally 95% of the questions I get, I start with, well, it depends. It's so circumstantial to your character build, the world you're setting up, and the difficulty factors, where you're at, what scenario you've picked, what resources you have available, what tools you've got or don't got. I mean, it's easy for me to say, well, use this, and then you never find this and this. That doesn't do you any good. It's all massively circumstantial depending on where you're at, what you can and can't do. I mean, advice I would give an advanced player and a new player is pretty different, because, I mean, I can pretty easily go through heavily infested zombie towns and cherry pick buildings, and I know where everything's at and how to go get it. Not totally safely with the crazy difficulty stuff I usually set up, but yeah, it's just crazily circumstantial. So even that whole mid-late game term doesn't mean anything. I can technically be in the late game in the first couple of days of the gameplay. So mid to late game for whom? But here's my general advice for Encumbrance. Just very general. Try to keep your Encumbrance. Whoops. So you've got these Encumbrance numbers. And here's where it gets really difficult. Is when I say circumstantial, here's an example of what I mean. I have 42 torso Encumbrance. Do I care? I don't care. I don't plan on fighting anything. I could care less what my torso Encumbrance is right now. Secondarily, let's say I'm doing an archer. Once again, I don't care. I could have 200 torso Encumbrance, but if I'm going to shoot everything, it has no effect on my shooting ability or the damage that I do. So once again, I don't care about my torso Encumbrance. As soon as I'm going to start doing a lot of melee combat, I do care about my torso Encumbrance. So it's just so massively circumstantial in so many different ways, both world settings, item opportunities, character builds, combat styles. It's crazy hard to give blanket statements on things, but I generally, in the early game, try to keep my torso Encumbrance no higher than 30. I don't like to go above 30 unless I'm very sure I'm just going to run away from everything. I'm not going to fight at all, which is kind of what my mode currently is. I don't really care what my Encumbrance is on my torso. It doesn't affect my movement speed. It only really affects my combat ability. And I'm just running away from everything in my current mode, with very few exceptions. And then I try to keep my other body parts less than about 10. And 10 to 15 is about as high as I like to go. I don't like to get my torso above 30 and my other body parts above 10 to 15. The exceptions being the eyes and mouth, because those will cut down on your vision range at night, your night vision range, if your eyes are encumbered. And if your mouth is encumbered, it cuts down on your stamina recovery. So you try to keep those as low as possible while still possibly maintaining some protection value. But, I mean, again, it's just so circumstantial. Some people are just going to kill every goddamn zombie that comes their way, so they don't care what their feet and leg encumbrance is for movement speed. Because, you know, they're badasses, and they're just going to kill all the zombies. So they don't care what their leg and feet encumbrances are. The trick is to know what they actually mean. I mean, if you go here to the character screen and you tab to the torso tab, this means this. My melee attack rolls are getting negative 42%. My dodge skill is way down, so my dodge skill right now is only 6.1 because I'm losing a ton of it to this torso encumbrance. And it's also going to make swimming and throwing much more expensive, action cost-wise. So it's mostly just knowing what the various effects are. But for brand new characters, just general targets, I usually give them the advice. Try to keep your torso encumbrance to 30 or below. Try not to encumber your eyes or mouth at all if you can manage it. And then keep everything else 10 or below. You can usually do that okay. But there are times where it's perfectly okay to increase those numbers as long as you understand the consequences of doing so and you change how you do things appropriately. I mean, if you're trundling around like the Michelin Man in 5 layers of clothing and 2 different pieces of armor and so on, you're going to be immune as heck to standard zombies damaging you. You're just also going to be super slow, and when something shows up that can hurt you, you're not going to be able to get away from it. So there are consequences for the decisions that people make. But you can layer yourself up to a ridiculous degree, and nothing will penetrate enough to get any damage on you. Could be good. You can even do that as protection against turret fire sometimes in certain situations. But you got to understand the consequences of doing that, the speed and the weight and the stamina and so on. so that you can deal with those consequences. So it's better to know the system and know the consequences than to worry about trying to meet some kind of arbitrary target number. Different character builds afford you the ability to switch things around and try different things, go in dodge builds, go in armor builds, go in speed movement builds with archery, doing thud and blunder melee, all sorts of stuff, which is one of the strengths of the game, is you can do so many things in so many ways. I just shake my head every time somebody says, "This is the one true way, the one true stat. Strength is the only stat that means everything. All the other stats are the dumb." Then I point to the 4 strength, 6,000 kills in 24-hour dodge build. And they just kind of grumble and go hide in a corner. Doop, doop, doop. Let's do, let's see. Yes, that one. Oops. Let's finish eating first. I'm getting distracted. Toastum and a yogurt. And some cheese. But yeah, it's one of the strengths of the game, is there's just so many options. When you... The more you learn, the more you realize you don't know. And, I mean, I play the game a lot, have played the game a lot. I know a lot about it. But even still, I don't know everything about it, not even remotely. I don't think anybody knows everything about it. It's just too big and too complex nowadays. And it changes too fast. Fab6, hey, are we there? I think we're there finally. Survivor stuff. Alright, so Survivor Suit is the midline. So what's it telling me right now? Why am I not seeing 5,000 hours? Why is Survivor Suit not using the system? What the hell? I thought this was going to give me the whole proficiency system, and it was going to take me a month to make my Survivor Suit. Oh, now it went kaboom? It didn't miss anything. I was just griping about, you know, stuff I gripe about. I'm trying to figure out why my Survivor Suit, the suit itself, is 4 hours. So, let's see. Survivor Suit. What else do I go for? Survivor Mask. No proficiencies there. Survivor Hood. No proficiencies there. Survivor Boots. Hey, look at that. The boots. It's just the boots? Why are the boots getting picked on? Oh, the boots and the gloves. 10,000%. That's hilarious. Yeah. Nearly 11,000%. 1 season and 1 week. Not 1 month, 3 months. 3 months to make boots. That is hilarious. Of course, it doesn't use the thing I already have. It's funny because the suit is the thing I'm likely not going to be able to use. As soon as I start into the spider post-threshold stuff, I'm going to be sprouting limbs from my torso, and I won't be able to use the standard suit type stuff. I thought I was going to be able to use the gloves and the boots and the hood and stuff, but yeah. Hood is still okay. That's funny. Why the boots and the gloves, but not the suit? It seems weird. I'm assuming the suit's coming. Whoever's making the changes just hasn't gotten to it yet. Is the Light Survivor stuff done? Yep, Light Survivor stuff's done. Only 3,600 for the Light Survivor stuff. 36 and 54, huh? 3 weeks, 6 weeks. Interesting. Main suit is still the same. Hmm. Pocket 11. Pocket 11. 11 inches being the longest pocket availability. Well, like I talked about earlier, take it with a grain of salt when it says that length of time, because while you're crafting it, you're going to be gaining the proficiencies, and my understanding is you're going to gain those proficiencies long before that thing is completed. So the Survivor boots, for example, it says 10,800, but it uses these proficiencies, and as soon as you start crafting it, which I need a shite load of Kevlar sheets. Wait a minute. 88 Kevlar sheets? 88 Kevlar sheets? In addition to the combat boots? What the hell? 88 Kevlar sheets? 22 for the gloves. 4 times as many sheets for the boots as the gloves, huh? That's crazy. I don't know. Oh, I think it is, because look. That's the downside. That's the downside. So, yes, you can make the Survivor boots, but they're multiplying out the resources needed to start it at this proficiency level. So, no, you're not likely going to be able to... Oh, wait, no. No, that's not correct. It only takes 4 out of the 1944 I've got laying around, so my bad. Ignore me. We're still okay. 100 out of 1500. I was reading it backwards. We're okay. But yeah, that Kevlar sheets. 88. That's new. That's definitely new. I mean, it's not multiplying any of the rest of this stuff. Red, leather. This is all reasonable and fairly what I remember. But this number here is crazy. 88 Kevlar sheets. Not even the layered Kevlar panels that I remember it used to having. Well, okay. But yeah, same thing applies. Assuming you can get together that many damn sheets. So the suit doesn't take any currently. So I need about 100 Kevlar sheets, and I've got 6. 22 for the gloves if I go for the regular version. So, about 110 or so. That is a lot. Yeah. Might have to start working on that vehicle. Or anything else, really. Get the vehicle put together so we can do the traveling I'm going to need to do, because we need lots of Kevlar. We're going to need... I still haven't sourced an anthill. This is going to show me restaurants, isn't it? I don't remember what the anthills are called. If it's anthill or some other variant. I don't remember... We had fungal occasionally, but I don't remember anthills yet on this one. So I'm going to need a boatload of chitin. Alright. So we'll back burner the survivor stuff. We definitely are not going to have the materials we need for that anytime real soon. Let's put computers back on our list, because I do want to look into I'm just debating if I want to finish fab and tailoring before I move on. What kind of numbers am I seeing here? 250,000 artillery propellant? What the hell's with that? It's some weird numbers. Yeah, let's finish pushing these up. Get it done. We'll just finish pushing them to 8 so I can get it done, have the options. This time I'll remember. Yeah, part of the problem with this changeover is that it's such a big changeover, the tailoring stuff, that it takes a very long time to do, so you end up with so many items, some done, some not done, and the comparisons look silly. But then in addition to that, the changes are made to the clothing, but then may not necessarily be made to all the secondary stuff that's in the game world, like the things needed to make that clothing under the new system. So you've got these recipes that you can't realistically deal with because whoever's working on it is working through a massive list of recipes, trying to get them all updated and doing a little bit at a time, and doesn't have time to go into the actual game world and fiddle with the drop rates to change from one type to another, or one quantity setup to another, and things like that. So it makes for some tough circumstances. And chunks of cheese down the gullet. We do have cabin fever. It's what, the Wayfarer trait? Whichever one that makes you antsy when you stay in one place for too long and starts giving you negative morale. Wayfarer. Traveling? Oh no, that's the vehicle one. Not called Wayfarer. Which one is it? I forgot the name of it. Nomad. Yeah, that's it. Nomad. The more time you spend somewhere, the unhappier it makes you to be there. That would be the one. Wayfarers, the no vehicles. Fab 7, and we topped out. We topped out at Fab 7. Let's do this. Alright. Oh. Left glass blowing it. Oh well. So what do we got left? Computers. Tailoring, couple levels. We're done with Fab because I don't have anything to take it higher at the moment. And I don't really need to go higher. Computers, electronics. Then cooking, chemistry. Let's finish or tailoring. Oof, -1 of 39 minutes. Let's do some chemistry. Just for funs. It's +2 funs with 10 minutes. Chemistry for kids. I assume you're referring to the Survivor gear, Survivor armor Squirrel Wizard? Because it's empirically better. It's not marginally better, it's substantially better. It's always been substantially better. If you don't understand the quantitative value of coverage, then it's going to be hard for me to convince you. But 100% coverage is vastly superior to 95% coverage. Sounds like a small number. It is not. It is incredibly important. And the number of 100% coverage armor pieces in the game are very, very small. Don't worry, we're not in the craft month-long armor business yet anyway. And as I stated, when we get to the point where we can craft it, it's going to go a lot faster than what it's stating. It's a scary number up front, but even if it just takes a couple of days to get the proficiencies, then you restart it, and all of a sudden it's going to go in 1 day instead of 3 months. So don't sweat the numbers. They look a lot scarier than they're actually going to end up being. I'm more curious trying to figure out where I'm going to get 110 Kevlar sheets. That's the number that I'm more concerned about than the 3 months build time. Sub-01. Sub-01 is just the scientific researcher NPC location where you can go do missions for them. So we have Kevlar panels. Layered Kevlar panels is what I remember needing previously. They went from just Kevlar to then needing this Kevlar panel, which takes sheets. Sheets is the lowest level of the Kevlar now. Sheets get turned into panels, and then the panels were used for the armor. But for some reason, the survivor boots are actually needing huge numbers of sheets. Instead of needing like 10 panels, it's saying 88 sheets. So it may be the actual same number. It's just showing the sheets instead of the actual panels. So why that change was made, I don't know. Previously, I would just get the panels together, one way or the other. But, yeah. So, whatever's going on there. Wow, we're going to have 3 chemistry. Exciting. I've never had chemistry skill before. It's the first time I've tried to do a mutation run since they made the changeover. Why do I consider the new labs bad? Because they are hugely overpopulated, and the items that are inside are extremely repetitive and very small set of items. It's all... Hey, a zombie showed up! Holy crap. We've been down here for like 14 days, and a zombie finally walked down the stairs? Yeah, how about we stop reading? Go run mode. Bring him over here. Turn off our candle. CQB, Bionic, Monoblade, and let's shock the hell out of him. See, now you made a mess down here, zombie. Let's go get something to eat and we'll go back upstairs and we'll see if we need to clear the area. I'm shocked somebody actually showed up downstairs. Clear, still got a pretty good moon. Just one lone zombie got curious, huh? Nobody else anywhere nearby. Well, all right. So, the new labs. So, there's too many of them. Apparently, New England is, the entire surface of New England is supported by underground laboratories. there's like 1 billion square feet of laboratories underneath the top layer of soil in New England. And secondly, the new ones, how to describe, how to explain. It's a massive amount of chemistry gear. So if you need ammonia, bleach, things like that, there's just stupendous quantities of it. But there's very, very little in the way of actual useful stuff that people would go into the old style labs for. There's no final finale room, except for some of them have a sort of finale room. But it's not like the traditional lab that we're used to from the past. It's a different kind of a setup. Single floor, and there have been some issues with the entry and exits, and I don't know. It's just, they're just not as useful as the old style labs. And they're a lot harder to survive initially. Getting into one is a pretty tough proposition. Although hilariously, sometimes you can just sit up top now that Z levels are mandated to be on, and you can just let the zombies and the robots kill each other. When the noise drops down, then you go downstairs and you finish off whoever's left and pulp all the corpses. So. What was I doing? I was reading when I got rudely interrupted. Hey there, Emmett.
Death to the old queen.
Well, we'll see. I think I have chosen a near impossible task with this one, so we're going to give it our best try, but I'm not holding out a lot of hope that I'm actually going to be able to kill this Spider Queen in personal combat without using a vehicle and a mounted heavy caliber weapon. We'll see, though. Alright, hey, look at that. Chemistry 3. List is getting shorter. Let's do... We'll do a level, 2 levels of cooking. That'll be all I ever need. Get that out of the way. You're only getting a stupendous amount of CBMs if you're also doing a stupendous amount of dissecting, which I can't stand. So... Well, not quite true. You get the drops from the scientists as well. So, that's pretty much the only thing worth going in after, because the scientists have their inventory drops, occasionally CBMs, and if you're dissecting them, great. But beyond a list of possible CBMs from scientists and a lot of chemical gear, there's not a lot of reason to go there. It's been like 5 days and I'm still trying to get that head healed up. I've gotten half a bar so far. Let's see. Our first aid kit. Bandages. That seems to have changed as I'm not aware that they're getting rid of the old style labs. A whole restructure needs to be done on labs in general. The old style labs are way too easy nowadays as well, but what you gonna do? My survivor gloves give me 1 season to craft, and it not a week, not a month, a season. Like 3 months and 8 days or something like that. It's like 11,000% longer due to lack of proficiencies. What my screen was saying. But as I tested earlier, and you gain proficiency while crafting it, so as soon as you get the proficiencies, it'll immediately shrink that time frame massively, so we'll see. I don't think it's going to take anywhere near that long. And then, of course, as soon as you've gotten the proficiencies off of one of them, you've got it for the rest, and the others will go really quickly. So I think people might have been complaining about something that's not really as bad as it is. Yeah, I'm starting to put a pretty good dent in my food supply again. And my light batteries are getting a little short as well. Alright, I think I'll just stick with cooking too. Oh, let's go with finish computers up or start hitting electronics. Let's finish computers up. That's one of the nasty ones. Book is too complex for you. Int 10? Too complex. Well, I could be totally wrong. I mean, I haven't actually done it yet. I just did a test of a low-level item to see the proficiency numbers. So it could be that the ones involved in survivor gear are way slower to advance than the one I tested. If that's the case, then it could be as ugly as people are talking about. So I don't yet have enough experience or enough practical in-game knowledge to make a determination and offer what I would judge to be a fair opinion. Did it move things around again? Yeah, it looks like it might. Hell, game. Not sure why it keeps resetting that one. Go with that right there.